How many of you guys want to touch your toes? I know I did when I first started yoga, and I could not for the life of me touch my toes in the beginning, and I was just like, why can I not touch my toes? Well, today's class is all about touching your toes and how to stretch your hamstrings in order to get there. These are 5 poses that I recommend to consistently practice in order to get towards your toes. And if you want to practice the full class, check it out on omlifeliving.com, where it's a 15-minute class, and I recommend you practice it consistently every single week. I recommend having 2 blocks and be close to the wall, and we'll go ahead and get started. First thing to transform this, hands to the blocks, bend the knees, and instead of this tailbone curling under like a sad dog, learn to lift your tail up, pull the heart forward. So pose 1 is just these undulations of our pelvis. Exhale, you can just release the effort. Inhale, lifting the tail. Exhale to release the effort. Not really tucking here, just releasing. Inhaling to arch. And one more, exhaling to release the effort. Inhaling to lift the chest. As you start to build more flexibility in the hamstrings, legs can straighten. Hands can come down closer towards the floor. And you'll still feel the hamstring stretch. Pose number 2 is your pyramid stretch. With the legs in a triangle, hips squaring, meaning not opening your hips like this, but square the hips, belly in, tailbone back, left quad active by pressing to the ball of your front foot, pull the hip back, pull the other front hip forward, and lengthen your spine. Again, no tailbone down. Happy dog, tailbone up. Pose number 3 is your classic half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Front leg is straight. Flex the foot to kick on the calf. Draw left hip back. Again, no sad dog. Happy tailbone, lift the tail up. Chest forward, hinging forward. Pulling like your collarbones could touch your toes. From here, you can play with the ankle. Turn your toes out, turn your toes in, and you'll feel the different hamstring lines being stretched. Pose 4 is your wide-legged forward fold. Separating the feet actually gives a little more ease to the hamstrings. So separate your feet. Press in the pinky edge sides of the feet, lengthen your spine, and then fold down. Hands to blocks. And again, notice your tailbone. If it's tucked, try to lift your tailbone up by arching your low back as you allow everything else to relax down. Over time, as this becomes easier, you can also take your feet wider for a deeper stretch. Our final stretch is super effective. Be close to the wall and walk in. Feet hips width apart, or even a little wider if you're tighter in the hamstrings, or together if you're more flexible. Tuck chin to your chest, upper body to the wall. Allow your upper body to lean into the wall so that the weight shifts forward. And then again, with the tailbone, instead of tucking it under, think of lifting tailbone up, even thinking tailbone towards the wall one day. If you're balanced, hands to your quads, activate the quads, fold your rib cage down your thighs. So if I had to summarize the secret to touching your toes, I would say it's about that pelvic tilt, the arch in your low back as you fold over your legs to really target in on the hamstrings. Keep practicing and integrating these 5 moves. And if you want the full-length class, it's 15 minutes long. It's on omlifeliving.com. I recommend you practice it twice a week to really be consistent and open up your hamstrings. I hope that was helpful information. And if you did find it helpful, do me that favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, let your friends and family know about this channel for stretching, flexibility, and yoga. And if you have questions, comments, feedback, always feel free to leave it for me below. Stay tuned for more, guys. Until next time.